So this is now question 20. It says 2 different designs for fencing a rectangular garden picture. Design A uses fencing on all 4 sides. Design B uses fencing on 3 sides. Each design uses 6 meters of fencing in total and has a width of 1 meter. So it's asking which design creates the garden with the largest area and what is that area. So let's look at design A first. So design A is going to be in purple, and it's going to use fencing on 4 sides. So I'm going to draw a rectangle here. So 4 sides, and I know my width is 1 meter, right? So I know my width here is 1 meter as well. So how do I figure out what the length of each side is? So remember, I have 6 meters of fencing total. So you can say my perimeter here equals 6 meters. So I can say 6 equals 2 times L times W, right? That's my perimeter of rectangle formula. I have 6 equals 2. I know my length here is 1 plus W. 6 equals 2 times 1 here is 2. 2 times W here is 2W. I can move 2 to the other side, so I subtract 2 from both sides. So 6 minus 2 is 4 equals 2W. Divide both sides by 2, I get W equals 2 meters, which means my width here, or sorry, my length here is 2 meters actually. So I actually plugged it in wrong. But nonetheless, the math still works out. So this is my length actually. So disregard the W here. So that's option 1. So which means my area, I can actually solve my area. My area of option A here is L times W, right? So its length here is 2 times width, which is 2 meters squared. So let's do option B. Option B has a fencing only on 3 sides, right? So option B has only fencing on 3 sides. So option B has also 1 meter sides. So how do I figure out the perimeter of the last side? So if you remember, my perimeter is just how much distance is around this rectangle, right? So if I only have fencing for 3 sides, and I have 1 meter and 1 meter here, if my width's already in total 2 meters, and the perimeter here is 6 meters, it's simply the whatever x here is just 4 meters, right? And how do I find that? So remember, perimeter is, I can add all my sides up, right? So if my perimeter here is 6 meters, I can add all my sides up. So in this case, it's width plus length, right? And I know my width was 1 plus 1 plus L, which is 2 plus L, right? And if perimeter here is 6 equals 2 plus L, I can move to the other side. 6 minus 2 here is 4. So which means my length here is 4 meters. And that's how I got this 4 meters here on this side. So if I have that, I can solve for my area now. My area is simply just length times W, right? Length times width. Length here is 4 times width here is 1. So I have 4 meters squared. 4 times 1 is 4. So in this case, I want the largest area, right? Largest area, 4 meters. If I'm comparing and contrasting, I have 4 meters for option B and 2 meters for 2 meters squared for option A and 4 meters squared for option B, which means my answer here is design B, right? So design B has a greater area and it's 4 meters squared as we calculate it, which means my answer here is C.